Oh my god.
Delivering to India's doorstep in 10 minutes.
Honda SP125. Beyond advanced.
Live auction right now? Shut up. Huh?
Now 60 internet, gonna be 60,000. Got 57, 60. Higher David Badheer, higher David get down 60. Higher David get 7 a bit. Higher David get 60.
What the is happening over here?
100 David get 62. Iron David get 2. Final call. Iron David get 62,000. Iron David get down 60. Iron David get 2 anybody else. Iron David get 62,000.
Furious.
Are you buying a car now?
Yeah, I'm buying this Jaguar.
Was bid at 60,000.
No way.
On at 60.
This is live.
Take a look here on the block now, showing his body.
Chad, how did you find this?
1963 for Thunderbird Custom.
50. 100 David get 20, 25. 100 David get down 25, 30.
This sounds like live chase. Oh my god. Oh my god, boys. This is my first live chase. Usually I only see it in America. Like I see ecstasy reacting.
With some sort of weapon.
Live police
so
chase.
That's a very dangerous person behind the wheel. Right now,
Why is
though,
the E-Rob?
we're blessed with light traffic today. It is definitely Friday
Why is E-Rob
night
in the
and
bottom?
also the end of a
Oh my
holiday.
god, chat.
But right now, pushing
These
100 miles an hour
can be scary
northbound on the 170, using all
because
lanes of the
this
freeway,
is
and it looks
live.
like we might be getting back off the freeway.
If
and
something-
this is what it is, it's so dangerous.
If something
about
happens,
all
something
of this
happens.
is
He's going
getting
50
so
miles
close
per
to other
hour.
vehicles. Nobody knows that this car is coming up behind them at that
Which is
high rate of
80
speed.
km/h, I
and
think.
Of course, those blind turns and running red lights.
First time
which
I
just
see a live
compounds
chase.
the
This is
whole
like
dangerous
unboxing. Like
situation.
something can happen, something cannot happen. Of course, unboxing the gold would be the police catches him. Nobody gets injured. The car slows down and just stops at the roundabout. Hands go up. Hands up. Hands up.
Roscoe.
Boom. Done. This is what we're hoping for. Was? Is there multiple people in the vehicle? No crash? Dude, if crashed, Bruder, I wouldn't know how to react.
U-turn.
I hope not. Chad, I have a question.
It is not. I would venture to
Some
say
of you guys
that
watch
is,
these things
some
at all
sort
times,
of,
right?
Window covering.
These
or
chases?
I'm saying, like one of
Is
those
it people
screens that they put
stealing
over the
cars?
windows maybe for a child, but the window is down
did
and
they
it is just kind of blowing
speed?
around in the wind.
Police
through that
chases them,
vehicle.
and then now
That
they're trying
driver's
to
still
flee.
driving very aggressively. You can see some movement in the passenger seat. That's what
Speeding,
we saw
all
earlier
kinds of
on. We
things.
had a pretty clean
90%
shot
is
of it.
drugs.
A female passenger, the male driver, and there might be somebody in that back seat. You got a lot of tint down there. You've got a lot of
Window goes
and
up.
that thing kind of blocking the window. So we don't
100
know, but I would
miles
venture
per
to
hour?
say it's probably, hopefully, just the two of them. But right now, making our way back onto that 170 freeway, high speeds out here, Sun Valley. And these are the calls that officers have to make. How do we protect the public? How do we keep our officers safe?
Chat.
It is a difficult call for sure.
This is
right now, the
disgustingly
helicopter, the LAPD
fast.
helicopter is following it, but you can see that car making those hard turns, weaving in and out of traffic. And again,
The car's
topping
crazy
out,
grip though,
you're
no?
getting into the triple digits out here. That's 100 miles an hour plus. And you know that vehicle, it's a newer car, but again, I don't think it was designed.
Chad, I have a
for
driver's
handling
license, and looking
100
at this,
miles
I'm
an
just
hour,
like, what the fuck?
Especially when they're making those hard turns.
I've driven on the
and
Autobahn. When I drive over 100 even, 100 kilometers per hour, which is like 60 mph. He's driving double that.
Anybody
I
hurt,
already am
even
like
the
scared.
people
If I
inside
go
that
off, it's
vehicle.
GG, like you're dead, you know? This guy's going... Cop on his ass. 120 miles per hour. This is 200 km/h. As much as this is maybe entertaining to watch,
You know what?
You
I
have
saw
to
it
realize
the moment we saw the vehicle was one of the things that I
there are
picked up right
families
away.
on
You
their
can see
way
that kind of
home
flapping in the wind
after
right
New
there. I
Year's
think that's
celebration
actually
with their
attached
kids
because
in the
they put
back,
it
and there's
down
this
then
guy
they closed
driving
the
with
door on it.
100
I was afraid
miles
that it
per
was
hour
some sort
by
of
them,
banner or
risking
something.
everybody's
Thank
life.
goodness It is not, but also look at this.
Please remember that.
110 miles an hour, and we're doing those crazy weaving in and out of traffic.
It feels like we're
Gonna get you a
watching
little
some
bit of a
GTA
wider
trailer.
shot because
GTA trailer or
just gotta be
something? No, it's
careful
not.
What might happen down there if they are involved in some sort of high-speed crash? Passing these other vehicles, you can really get a feel with this wider shot how fast that car is going. Of course, we have the numbers up there on the screen for y'all, but it gives you a better feel when you're seeing this guy basically passing vehicles at freeway speeds.
Do we know what he did?
Freeway speeds. That is, it is pretty dangerous indeed. Right now, though, we're continuing. We made our way southbound. This car has been making a lot of U-turns. That's the only consistent thing that I can say.
He's a good driver,
just
though.
as an observer of what's been going on. Many U-turns. We were north on the 170. Now we're south on the 170. We were he was making U-turns even on surface streets when we were trying to catch up to him. He was on Moorpark for a little bit.
One thing as well the cops have to do
right now, though, it does
is wager off
we're staying on that
the risk of this guy. If you keep following him, he's going to keep driving at these miles, putting people at risk. If the cops just surrender, if he did a small thing like speeding,
so who really knows?
They should just let him go, right?
A little bit more traffic, and this always kind of worries me, especially when you start weaving.
Because you're risking your life for a guy like who may have speeded before, you know.
It does get kind of packed up. Look at this. This guy right here is probably like, "Hey, what are you doing,
Must
buddy?"
be something more serious.
And, and that's also something we don't want to see. Law enforcement doesn't want to see that either. Getting far over to the right and now coming all the way back. Oh my goodness, this is just gets more and more scary.
Looking for the best trading site for CS2, TF2, or Rust? With Trade It, you can trade instantly for super low fees, buy your favorite skins up to 50% off, and sell skins easily.
So at one point, do they shoot the tire? Never? Oh, that's just in game? Okay. 110 miles per hour. Mods, give me a translation KMH exactly, please.
You know, all those kind of questions we might get answers to later on, but right now what I can tell you is the assignment desk gave us a call, said, hey, they're following a carjacking suspect, and they were on the
I didn't even know Lexus can go that fast.
Northbound near Sunset, so that was the Brentwood area. Skyfox, sad to say, but happy to say, is not just like a pickup truck. We can't just jump in and start it up and run, so it took us a few minutes to get up into the air. By the time we did, he was actually already on the 101 freeway, and he got off, but the point of the matter is we don't really know. The pursuit started on the 405 freeway, but they were over by Mulholland by the time the actual pursuit started because they were waiting to get other cars behind them. They can't just have one car there to light it, like basically what they say, light them up, turn on the lights and sirens, and if it's a pursuit, this guy is all by, or guy or gal,
I can't get banned for watching
all
this
by themselves. They always wait to get kind of back up. There's a whole process that goes on. They got the helicopter over it. So they had to get their ducks in a row. We were trying to get our helicopter in the air, but by the time we got there, he was already on the 101. So I don't really know if that was damage that was done to the car before.
The cops also have information from the air, right?
That is,
I assume the cops have a heli as well, or they work with these news stations, correct?
Or took the vehicle by force. But again, we also know it has.
Because how the hell do you lose a chopper?
So there's a lot of questions.
Even in
here.
GTA, I struggle.
LAPD not letting this
Imagine
go.
IRL.
So they believe that driver is a dangerous suspect. Look at these high speeds. And I'm not sure if we're on Cahuenga or
tunnels.
Yeah, we're on Cahuenga right now, right?
Yeah.
And look at that, just making that turn. He did slow it down in time, but we're making our way into the Hollywood area
how
right
close
now.
the
Might get a little bit dicey because we have some buildings to deal with. Depends where he goes. But again, these high speeds, running those red lights, getting so close to all these other vehicles.
Shout out to the guy streaming it, by the way. E-Rob viewer.
Very, very dangerous. Look at that red light. Kind of forced to make a turn there.
Sorry.
Thank goodness he didn't get any closer to any of those cars.
If he gets caught at this stage, after having speeded, putting people's life at risk, red lights, everything, speeding through city by complete like madness, going double the normal speed, jail, right?
Northbound Cahuenga.
Thought he could get rid of the chopper 9.
Yeah.
I don't think this would be just a slap on the wrist. 10 years in jail? What is he doing? He's in fucking traffic. What is he doing? He's checking if there's police behind. He's checking for air. He looks faded in a hole. No? Why is he looking so slow?
Putting his hoodie on.
He knows it's GG. Blood acts like a civilian. +1 for RP.
भाई देखने का इसका कुछ हुए กูचाहिए हो ना मंगता मजा आएगा.
Chad, one thing that I'm always...
पीछे से
It's
छोटी
180
क्यों लग रही है
kmh,
ये?
100 now.
पीछे से पतली
One
लग
thing that
रही
I'm
है.
always wondering is how long can cars go on gas? If this car was like half full, how long can the chase go on for? That's not an issue ever, or gas? Okay, okay.
Very careless indeed. And, you know, that's one of the things. Look at this. Look at this. Oh, my gosh. That is so much traffic down there. And we just basically made another U-turn. We weren't on the freeway. Or,
oh, my God.
We haven't made a U-turn on the freeway, but our direction has
Ghost
totally
Driver for a
changed.
second.
We were southbound, and now we're back northbound again, making our way back through the Coanga Pass, this time on the roads instead of the freeways. But, yes, definitely. When they get on the freeways, it doesn't mean that it's not dangerous. And it just means that there's, you know, less of a chance that there is a pedestrian or any other type of anything else, a bicyclist, anything that could get in the way. But there's still other cars out here, and he does get very, very close. And we have seen high-speed chases where they are by themselves. They make that hard turn,
we don't know how
the car
close they are.
starts losing traction, and then, you know, poor driving, and then there's an accident, and people are injured. So we're always cognizant of that, and of course, law enforcement, this is the stuff that they deal with. These are the things that they have to basically weigh out.
At what point?
How dangerous is this if we just let this go? If we have the helicopter following
Does
it,
the road
you know,
get cleared and they try
making
spike traps
calls.
and
they
stuff?
They are saying that, you know, this is where he is to the officers on the ground. And that's why I always say, when this comes to an end, it will miraculously, officers will just kind of appear out of nowhere because they are listening. And believe me, law enforcement,
at low
they want
speeds,
to do their
makes
job,
sense.
and their job is to keep the public safe and to take bad guys into custody. And this person right here, right now, he's acting very badly. So this is what it's all about. But the concern while this is happening is definitely safety.
Does this happen in Europe too? I've never seen a European car chase. Or is it just that in America it all gets live streamed, and in Europe it just happens like down the radar and you see it in a news article? Like they just make content out of it. Every news station whips out the chopper.
Yeah.
No helis? No. What car is that, by the way? It looks clean. Oh my fucking god. It's a Nissan? Thought it was a Lexus.
Anyways, we are watching this car, and again,
He's not gonna
LAPD
crash.
in the air, and they are chasing them. And on the ground right now, they've opted out probably because of the high
I've watched
speed
XQC watch
and
one
the
of these
dangerous
before,
maneuvers.
and
They're
how
gonna keep
that
their
one ended
officers a little bit
in the
safer,
city,
but you know, again, it's
all
one
the
of those
sudden
handoffs
traffic.
because law enforcement, their lights and sirens are very
Guy
helpful.
realized
I
there's
think
no
there's
out.
actually, are we
Cops
on the-
right
on the
behind him.
ones-
He
I
stopped
thought we
and
were
tried
actually
to
right
flee
next
on
to,
foot.
the North Hollywood LAPD. I thought that would have been a little
And then got
ironic.
caught.
Made that hard turn right there. I did see that's the first time I saw that rear wheel kind of slide out a little bit. So that was the first time I actually saw that car lose a little control. Now we're making
hope
our
we're
way
not in the
clearly
city.
on Magnolia. This is going to get into a very busy
I don't like
area
this
out
chat.
here in the North Hollywood area. Lancashire is going to be up there, Riverside, all the big streets. And again, a lot of traffic out here. Even
walkways.
though it's Friday, a lot of people got to get to where they need to be. And they don't know that this guy is just out here running lights and making these dangerous decisions. What did he pick? He did pick Lancashire. So now we're on Lancashire. You know, you asked that question about what these people are thinking. You know,
Chad, he's going like 90. You're
would
supposed to
venture
go
to say
50
that
maximum there, I think.
they really don't have a plan. I would venture to say that right now the only thing he's thinking is
At
got
least
to
he's
get
using his
away.
blinkers.
But he doesn't even really know what he's getting away from because there is nobody right behind him. The helicopter is definitely above him, and they're making those calls. They're telling law enforcement on the ground where he is and what direction he's going. And especially in North Hollywood, they were eager. I wouldn't say eager, but they were advised that this was getting into their
Oh
territory.
my God, you hit the
earlier
curb, you lose
on.
control,
So
no?
they know that this is going on, and probably all the other divisions near. She seems to be in some kind of snuggie. They definitely are dressed for the weather. I don't
There's
know
a
if
person next
Star,
to him,
they
no?
were probably listening to Star a little bit earlier this morning, but both of them, you know, wearing layered stuff. And again, even that, he could have got, you know, could have bumped that the back of that car, making another sharp turn right
Question
there.
is it a person that he knows, or is this like some
Yeah.
like hostage type shit?
What are we doing here? No, this is it's a parking lot for an apartment building. I have a feeling they're going to park that vehicle, or if they haven't already, and jump out. We're gonna move Skyfox as quick as we can around over there. Jeff making those moves, but
Come on,
I have a feeling that they're probably outrunning. I'm going to keep it a little bit wider just in case. But
Cops nowhere near, by the way.
Actually, have known. Up there they are. There they are. There they are.
What? How can you walk?
She is definitely checking on whatever's in that back seat. Hopefully
Bro, they live it in a movie.
Other people. Oh my goodness!
What am I seeing? They're just chilling. Why are they walking?
Right.
I can't believe it.
There they go. And I'm not sure where the guy went. I'm gonna turn up.
Is this real life?
Sorry about that. Still got that same cold that everybody has. I'm turning up the scanner just a little bit.
They just got home. They did some grocery shopping
right now, but I definitely can tell you we're at the corner. You see it. We're at the Runnymede in Lancashire in the apartment building.
For sure, they maybe could have outrun them somehow. I don't know. Like, are they high or what the hell? It's not a best of 3. It's BO1. Oh, she's making a TikTok. Bro.
Jeff, was it bringing back some PTSD from when you were an officer?
Damn. Chat! Good shit that you realized, like, when something went on. I always wanted to watch the chase live.
Oh, my God. Those guys were...
Somebody always has to be on the new chase right now.
That's the thing. It's like you're just running into the situation. Yeah, you're hearing like locations, but what do you know? Like you're just running. You know what I mean?
Brother.
I saw him fall on the curb. I didn't mention it, but
Do I leak something when I inspect element? I hope not.
I have a feeling. Oh, the driver's being taken into custody there off of Lancashire. We'll move once again.
Easy.
And then she went back for something. My goodness, you can't forget whatever that was.
Did they make sure to park safely and then surrender? What the fuck is going on? Bro, this is some Looney Tunes shit, I swear.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very bizarre. And you know what? Nobody... Oh, look! Oh, my goodness. I feel so bad for those officers. Oh, my gosh. Oh, I feel bad for them. It's one of those ones. Oh, we got one officer behind him.
Don't move!
But you know what? I was going to say, thug life is a tough life.
So
whoa, look at this. Thug life is a tough life. Whoa, look at this.
Chat 9.
Yep.
What American cops?
I saw his hoodie run into the in-out service. So definitely kind of going to be blocked in there. Hopefully this doesn't turn into anything else except for them taking him into custody. Kind of ironic name of the store where you run into to bring the pursuit to an end. But my goodness, what?
Chad, how often do these chases end badly?
There he is. Yep, there he is. And
50-50? Oh,
yeah.
no.
Oh, we're still live on KCal? Okay.
IP leaked. Please no. Really?
Oh, they do have her in custody.
Easy. Damn. Well, they're starting off 2025 strong.
This guy's on the
jail.
Fox app right there.
I would need to know what they did though. Third guy, where you're right, there was a guy as well, no? A younger guy.
911.
Is he in custard or no?
560.
What's his shirt say? Lab Absolute? Bad apple. Bad apple? No. Come on.
Thing? No way. Wait. Maybe the other car has the guy. I would love to be there right now. Donor for a post-game interview. Damn, who sent that chat? Who realized that this was going on?
My photo dump and I took the media card out.
Let me know when something like this is happening. I love this.
10,000 plus trending fashion.
Actual chase?
A real
No way! Guys! I don't care. Bruder! Can I watch this in seconds? No way! After you troll, it's my favorite caster as well.
See that, so possibly they might get the sheriff's department back involved into this.
How long has this chase been going on for?
Helicopter definitely making the calls out there, telling the folks on the ground where this thing is. Right now,
less than 2 minutes. W chat, good scout us.
Watching it right there. Speeds well above the
60 mph for all the Europeans. That's like 80 kmh.
Wow, it's so aggressive.
Once again,
really
everyone pray G. Car chases. Hope for that everything goes secure.
And look at that.
Nobody gets injured.
So something stolen, whether it was
and that the guy
or this vehicle,
whatever this guy did,
not sure yet,
gets punished.
There was a motor officer, I believe, following.
I put
him
out times
some
2
point
so
too, right, as you mentioned, but look at that.
as fast as possible.
Yeah, back on the 5 freeway, out there, you know those folks are going less than freeway speeds. He's going over 80 miles an hour. So extremely dangerous situation, getting very close to a lot of vehicles.
Oh God, he's going really fast now.
Angle, or is that driver actually trying to?
What vehicle are we looking at? What car? Looks like a Ford, no?
Or whatever that driver might be thinking. If that is the case, that just makes it that much worse. Right now, though, continuing on. Luckily,
it's a Ford 150.
Open spot, making those.
It's the most American car ever, no?
That's probably the best that officer.
Oh my God!
It is
gliding.
Just so
she almost dinked him.
Chat. Over by the East LA interchange,
one thing you have to realize, imagine you're on this highway and all of a sudden there's this guy ludicrously going 90 miles per hour right next to you. At death sentence speed. There could be families going home from the vacation
so I'm sure a lot of those folks are
with kids.
And of course this big
pray that everything will be fine, alright?
Just a dangerous
sometimes these things end badly.
If he gets off the...
Oh my God, American roads.
That's not him.
Chat, I'm lost when I drive.
So
when there's like a junction and I'm like, oh my God, where do I go? Where do I go?
Just watching these speeds.
What is this?
It's not jaw-dropping fast, but when you
we got roads on roads on roads.
Getting up to close to these other vehicles that are, look at that.
Okay.
That's so close.
Almost feels like this person doesn't have good control.
This is crazier than the last one we've seen.
Well,
this guy is driving reckless.
Now, you have to remember also, nobody is behind this vehicle. Does he know the helicopters are following him? How? That's my question. The windows aren't down. So this continuous reckless driving
is that in the back?
Not because law enforcement is right
behind
a Teddy? Him. This reckless driving is just that driver driving reckless and is being a problem for a lot of these folks on the road. We're getting very close to the downtown area. I wonder if he's going to get off the freeway. If he does, I know my pilot Dylan is going to just do that straight over shot, so we're not going to lose him between the buildings. But right now, though, we're getting to a lot of heavy traffic, and he's starting to lose that ability to
the caster who's talking right now.
Lane changes.
Is his job to be ready in a chopper all day for a car chase? And then he commentates, I swear, Bruder.
And the emotional state, as well as the
possible
physical state of these drivers, right? What they're thinking, or when we cover things like this. But clearly, just really erratic. It would be scary to be in that situation.
Chilling all day and then go into the heli when something happens.
Took out a couple of cars, or at least
broadside. Why is there a teddy bear in the back? That is creeping me out.
Yeah, you know, he got very, very close.
I immediately expect the worst. I don't know why.
Speeds are slowing down, and that's because of heavy traffic. He isn't making that getting off to the right. So, thinking that okay, I'm just going to a lot of traffic. I'm just going to get off the freeway. He seems to just be struggling.
Hostage
with it,
situation.
Which is good and
Stop,
is
bro.
bad because if the law enforcement is close by, they might be able to at least get close enough to have lights and sirens and have at least the folks around know that something dangerous is happening or could be happening at any moment.
Why is this back wheel so tiny?
So as soon as I
you see this shot?
If we're going to try to get off the freeway, but you can see it right there. That's going to be the sheriff's helicopter that's overhead. Looks like.
I'm so mad right now. First time a crash on a police chase. Wait, I'm scared about watching this clip. But no one got hurt, huh?
Intersection, and now he gives no fucks. He's going into these. Oh, they crashed! Oh my God!
All right. All right, buddy.
Get into another head-on collision here. There it is. Head-on collision into an SUV. We are
they gotta pin this guy.
Vehicles damaged in this pursuit.
They have to at least try to pin this guy. This is crazy.
Just rammed right into the front of that SUV.
Chat, at one point do you start shooting the tires?
They have now created distance. They are now putting this back in tracking mode for the time being. They have pulled
Wait,
back,
his tire's already gone.
You can see he is still straddling.
Hey yo!
That flatbed is made of steel that is just doing tremendous damage with very little damage to the vehicle other than the front end damage that we're already
I don't like how
seeing
close he is to this lane. With the
wheel. Vehicles into cross traffic, a major
wheeler.
Other than the front end damage that we're already
I don't like how
seeing
close he is to this lane. With the
bed is made still now putting this back in.
Chat, at one point do you start
इसके
shooting the
टायर
tires?
चल दिए.
Now create collision here. There it is. Crash into an SUV. We are
they gotta pin this guy.
Vehicles
पीछे वाला टायर गया है.
They have to at least try to pin this guy.
आगे
This is
वाला टायर
crazy.
भी गया है.
right at a distance is still
और दो
straddling
टायर पे चल रही है. गया टायर.
That flatbed is made of steel that is just doing tremendous damage with very little damage to the vehicle other than the front end damage that we're already
I don't like how close he is to this lane. With the wheeler.
What is happening?
Two vehicles into cross traffic, a major collision into the front of a paint store at the strip mall at 7th Street
getting out of
and
the car.
Terminal Avenue.
What is this guy doing?
Those two vehicles, the driver stepping out of the vehicle and now walking away from the crash
I
scene.
hope the other people in the other car are fine.
Now walking away from the crash scene. Two major crashes.
What the? Live chase! Oh my god! Oh my god, boys! This is my first live chase.
So this person
Usually I only see it in America. Like I see
somebody
ecstasy
with force,
reacting.
with some sort of weapon.
Live police chase.
Check this
Is all about, but you can see
live police chase right now.
Holy, I'm
I'm so horny for those.
Park division.
Are you watching?
MacArthur Park, Westlake district area here.
Scheiße.
Surface
These are always scary because if something happens, I see the cars already fucking well worn.
Of this driver driving very erratically on the 110 using the shoulder and also both the center lanes and the shoulder.
Too fast
and now here clearly crossing through a red light, nearly missing.
Wait, Mox, we should go in the apartment.
Exactly, and you know, once they get off of the freeway and get on these surface streets, yes, it does allow officers to possibly do a
we need a car like this guy
or do spike strips, but it's also much more dangerous when they are on these surface streets because you have the intersections, you have pedestrians, you have, look at this, I mean, going through these intersections where people don't know that this Ford Focus
did he crash in this chase?
They probably
or did he start with a broken car?
See those lights, and so you don't expect this car to just come flying through the intersection. So it is so much more dangerous than it is on the freeway. But again, it does allow the opportunity, if this driver is going the right speeds, for officers
commentator, by the way, no front,
or to put out those spike strips. But this is really,
the other guy clears.
You know, a dangerous time. We're in the lunch hour. A lot of people are out running errands, getting their lunch, and you know, they're not suspecting anyone to be, you know, the intersection like this person's doing.
That's exactly right. Now, the LA County Sheriff's helicopter is still overhead tracking this, and they are communicating this with CHP dispatchers.
I'm here. I'm watching.
Still the primary agency involved in this chase, although it's unclear again.
Taking notes is crazy. Someone could die any second. This is
directly behind. We haven't seen anything like that with SkyCal. It could be that they're trailing.
Taking notes is crazy.
The longer this car stays off of the freeway, the greater likelihood that they may toss the jurisdiction for this one, or at least the primary handling agency for this one.
इसको कॉल क्यों नहीं आया?
LAPD. This is LAPD Ramparts.
We can't get banned for this,
or perhaps a different police agency, or the CHP could stick with it.
But I
just saw that yellow and
his
green
wheel is kind of goofing around. No, top left.
Bottom of the screen. That's the LA County.
It seems kind of loose.
That is currently tracking this one right now. But again, you see, Amy, this really dangerous driving, weaving.
He's really quick. Not gonna lie.
High for surface streets here, and this is a busy part of the Pico Union area.
Busy street too.
Lots of people.
He crashed once. He will probably crash twice.
Time rush. This is very dangerous.
He seems all in.
We have not seen any collisions yet. Thankfully, no pedestrians. Really, although just as I said that, there were some right there on the side. But again, now
flat tire
into the wrong side. Definitely going into the wrong lanes here.
Oh my God!
Big surprise for that motorcycle rider there, as I'm sure he was not expecting a left-hand turn right in front of him. And again, very dangerous driving from this person here, wanted for making criminal threats out of the Alhambra area.
Oh, going again.
Criminal threats? What does that mean?
Side of the road, other traffic coming in that direction. It is so dangerous, Mark, and we know that he's going at high rates
I will kill
speed.
you.
I shouldn't say he.
Yeah,
we don't know for sure. Do we at this point? It is a male driver. but certainly some dangerous driving.
but why is he running? Just say when the police comes, it was a joke or something.
Harder for us because we've
What are
got
they
the tall
gonna do?
buildings to shoot around those buildings to show you where that driver is. But,
Is that crazy
we're
that there's a
certainly
helicopter
trying
in
to
the sky
maneuver,
zooming in on him?
SkyCal
Yeah,
to
man.
get a better
He lost them
look
already.
at
I swear this is only America, where they
again,
like
that,
make
is
these
being
chases
pursued
like
by
into content. In
officers,
Europe, you don't have
At
it.
least has been. We do know that at some point they have scaled back a little
Why not?
bit to
You guys make everything
see
content.
if by chance
Politics
this driver
turns
will
content.
slow
I
down.
swear, Rovis Trump
That is the case.
live
I don't
streams.
see
It's
it
like
as
what the fuck? He streams more than me. I
They
swear.
will start to slow down, but in this case, this driver has not slowed down at all, and really running another stop sign.
What is that
really
car, by the way? The front is so
driving.
wide.
I thought I just saw a school sign there.
अरे भाई वही लगता है रे ऊपर से
Blatantly on the wrong side of the road.
ऊपर से वही लग रहा है हर गाड़ी पीछे से छोटी लग रही है हर गाड़ी मोस्ट ऑफ सीडन पीछे से सारी छोटी लग रही है ऊपर से देखो वाइड हो गई है पूरी ये मतलब आगे से
A school sign there.
Built so
प्रेशर
weirdly.
के कारण हो रहा है या किसके कारण
Blatantly on the wrong side of the road.
Wait.
Looks like they might stop now.
प्रेशर के कारण भी हो सकती है ये
Maybe they're going to try
Whoa,
to
whoa,
get
whoa,
out.
whoa,
Yeah,
whoa,
there
whoa,
it
ओ
is.
बाय
Running
And,
out right now.
Out and running, New Hampshire and 4th Street.
This guy's
here in
not
Koreatown.
fast.
There's a lot of apartment buildings just like that one. It's very possible of that driver going into that large multi-story
Chopper can land on top of the
residential
building,
unit.
maybe.
Now that he is
Well,
out
he
of the
didn't even-
vehicle, very likely
he
CHP
parked it in the
units
middle of the
are going to
street.
vector right in to try and get that person. That car not even is just parked in the middle of the road.
Is he changing clothes?
Oh, lagging.
Yeah, same. El internet.
Road, so other motorists are going to have to pay attention to that.
Fake mustache plus
But
glasses.
This is not the
Could
kind
work,
of thing that
could
you
work.
want to see. This could be an extended operation as they're going to have to clear everything on the
classic.
first floor here as they try and find this man who went right in. It's unclear what entrance he used there, but SkyCal is now going to work to try and make sure
Where
that
the
all the
cops at?
entrances and exits are covered here. But the LA County Sheriff's Air Unit is also circling much lower. They have a really good camera as well, and they're going to keep monitoring this to try and get this guy. It looked like an adult man wearing all dark clothing. That's certainly going to be
Another
the
content
LA
chopper.
County Sheriff's Air Unit right there.
Never mind,
you
Sheriff.
can see that characteristic gold and
shot
blue machine.
it
They're going to be the
Dude,
ones
choppers are
coordinating
scary,
now
I
with the other
swear.
law enforcement agencies.
Yeah,
and
bro,
possibly
they're
the
real scary. I would
LAPD as
never
this
want
is
to
started
ride
with LAPD Ramparts Division, or it could be the CHP. We'll wait and see which of the first ground
अबे
do they have
इतने
those in
ब्लॉक
the
में
EU?
से
Yeah,
कितना बड़ा है
unfortunately, that was a big
Yeah.
building that
Kiतना
was
बड़ा
choppers
है
or
ये?
choppers in general?
So it will take a lot of
Just
manpower
choppers in
to
general.
really search that whole building.
yeah.
You
Yeah.
have to wonder, was this a
Copper
random
choppers as
building
well?
that was
I
picked
think so as
because
well,
it
yeah.
was there and convenient, or if this
With,
person
like, night
knows
vision
someone
and
who
stuff?
lives in
I
the
think so,
building,
yeah.
or perhaps lives in
But
the
they don't
building
use it for,
himself,
like,
and is
things
just
like this, I
picking
think.
the best escape route possible, but
Just for like
really a
crazy
tough,
crimes, like military type
position
style.
for those officers because
Damn.
they were not right on the heels of that driver.
Maybe I'm wrong, I don't know.
Because as we mentioned, they
I've never seen one at
oftentimes will
least.
back off a little bit to see if that driver will slow down. But in those
बड़े
cases,
बड़े
Yeah.
When
when
someone
they
said
do back
better
off,
cast or link the new
they
one.
can get away. And now we see
I
those
think it's CG anyways.
CHP
Pandua
there. We see them lined up at
Right,
that
right.
driveway there. You can see them milling about.
Achut,
A
bhai,
number
tu in
of
look ka hai
cruisers
re?
and officers there out of their vehicles trying to
Only
get
adventure.
into that garage there.
Yeah, there's definitely
they
two
so
different
slow?
uniforms down there. That's certainly CHP officers. That could be Alhambra Police or LAPD in the blue there. They are entering that parking garage with guns drawn. There may be some indications either from witnesses or other evidence that they
over.
see there that
All
that
right.
driver may be in that parking garage. We're going to keep SkyCal here. They're definitely keeping an eye on
Let's
this,
commit some crimes
this is
ourselves,
at
huh?
New Hampshire and 4th Street. This
Vamos.
is,
Live chase right now. Wait, real? Oh my god. LA back at it again. LA back at it again. Yesterday there was also an LA street chase.
A little bit of an error. Don't get me wrong. We're
Oh
not
my
perfect,
God.
but it
LA
was
is
coming
hot.
up to 118 miles an hour. Now, I would venture to say that 115, 120, probably the limiter on a car like that. And
120
that's
miles
just a
per hour.
factory thing. So
If you're
right now,
European,
still
this is
moving
not
along.
kilometers per
California
hour.
Highway Patrol
This
behind
converts
it
to
the
something
best they
like
can.
180.
They
Correct
are
me if I'm
being
wrong.
safe. That's,
He
one
is
of the
going at
reasons why they're a
rapid
little
speed.
bit farther
At
behind.
Autobahn
Again,
speed.
though, The biggest fear for
I hope that nobody gets injured
right now.
Oh my God,
160. Be it that driver and or an innocent person. Look how fast he's
what
passing.
Kaiven is that? How is he so fast?
And then when he does those little maneuvers where he cuts somebody off, one tiny mistake, and that could be devastating. Right now, back in that emergency lane, I always say
emergency lane is a good play, no?
Anytime I even go through a gore point, I wind up with nails in my tire. I'm always amazed at how these guys
doesn't really risk anything for other people. Emergency lane, it's clear. It doesn't have to do weird maneuvers.
Right now through that on the
I just don't want anyone to get injured here.
We are on the 210. We're going to start getting into the La Cañada area. I'm hopeful that we'll be
Where's
able
the
to
police, by the way? Do we just have a chop on him?
One of those spots where our microwave signal might be having a problem. But right now, though, we're keeping an eye on this pursuit. California Highway Patrol chasing him.
Is there no picture on picture? I don't like that.
They're not going to get away.
One weird maneuver.
Thing, maybe this is getting something out
maybe
of
he's
their
intoxicated
system,
too. All of a sudden, a family that's on a fucking family trip potentially it's the weekend.
And then of course,
could get hurt
yourself behind the wheel. I understand that there's.
I don't want that. We don't want that.
Right now.
Does he want it? I don't know. He seems reckless.
Maybe they made their way over here knowing this was coming their direction. But sometimes
you can't flee in a car like that, right? The chopper is on him. We've all played GTA.
I'm worried
police has vision. They connect with those choppers. Sometimes there are police choppers, and I think they maybe let them use the rail news stations. Not sure. Or they all got their own choppers. I don't know. And apparently, in America, every time police chase, there's like 3 choppers on the fucking target. Crazy. I swear that doesn't happen in Germany.
I take pause and wonder if it's a pursuit going by, but clearly that's the situation here. If you're driving along this freeway,
is he hoping for that the police will let this guy go?
Digits in terms of how fast.
Because the police doesn't like the risk of hurting other people, maybe? They don't want to speed like that?
We're having trouble with the signal right there, but we are staying on top of this pursuit of this dark SUV that started in the Simi Valley area.
And with that, we're at the 11 o'clock mark of
GG, Spirit 1, GG.
GDLA Plus, and passing exit 17, La Crescenta there. Obviously,
sorry,
this vehicle
police chases, I'm always locked in.
here is a theft suspect wanted for some kind of a theft issue. You see how dangerous this individual is as he or she makes
what are we talking? Bubblegum at a tank station?
Very close. So many vehicles. I know it is really nerve-wracking just disregard for any rules and laws and people's safety at this point.
Like this, it's small,
from there and tell us what
and you
else
lose some kind of traction depending on the car.
You don't see the black and white vehicles or any CHP.
But he went up a curb at like 180 km/h.
Obviously, they're giving this person some space because this is where it gets very dangerous when they feel as though they have nothing
at a speed like this, car starts tumbling. Bang.
You know, I'm trying to.
Oh my God.
Television. Yes. Trying to.
As though they have nothing.
At a speed like this, car starts tumbling. Bang.
I'm trying to.
As though they have nothing.
At a speed like this, car starts tumbling. Bang.
You know, I'm trying to.
Oh my gosh.
I want to show that on television. Yes. Oh no.
Oh wow.
No. This is good. This is one of those ones where I don't even want to push in on that. I think the driver was ejected on that collision right there. We're gonna need a moment or two to actually find out exactly what happened, but definitely collided with that pickup truck. And this is what I was talking about the whole time. That type of collision, you know, that if what I saw is
that's
what
the suspect,
which I hope it's not.
Who is this?
This has come to a very tragic ending. You can see the California Highway Patrol. I want to push in, but I don't want to put anything on air.
Close it. Really? But guys, no shot. 2 week reaches. Guys, stop. 9, bro. 9. Everyone is fine. Everyone is fine. And if it's unknown, then let's all get a praise emoji in the chat that everyone is fine. Guys, you gotta chill, bro. You gotta chill. No way. It's airbag. We chillin'. Okay. Last stream, we love you. Guys, stop those weird comments. If it...
Last stream, we love you. You got me. You got me, baby. Excuse me. ये तो एक किनारे लौड़या ये था ना
Bro, is there highlights? It's 2 hours.
David, we were up over Knott's Berry Farm, looked out the window, and what do you have? Another pursuit. This is eastbound 91 freeway, just past the 5 freeway. Unclear which agency is pursuing this vehicle. Right now, he's going so fast, there's nobody right behind him, but very erratic driving, getting off the 91 freeway. It's a black Honda Civic. The driver's side window rolled down. Apparently, this was...
Wait, this is kind of sick, though. I'm sorry, this is not sick, it's a crime, but still. It's kind of busted.
Still in pursuit mode, but what you can see here is that the driver...
Well, you know what I mean, though.
Very erratic and aggressive tactics as he tries to thread the needle here, squeezing through these two cars and a red light.
Oh, busted the fucking front lip. Check what car is this again? I forgot.
Now turning left onto Huntington
Looks like a Penumbra.
Just south of the 91 freeway. This appears to be a residential
it's a Civic?
street doing about
It's not a shitbox, it's modified, isn't it?
Residential street.
It's kind of cool, it's sporty.
Maple Street. So Huntington Avenue and Maple Street just coming up on Maple, making a right turn now, slowing down just a little bit, zigzagging his way again through this residential neighborhood with nobody behind him.
Bro, this guy is sending it
here at a pretty high rate of speed and not really stopping for any of these stop signs. Look like he's pulling over and maybe thinking about dumping the vehicle. There goes the driver's side door opening up, and he is either going to walk or run away here. He dropped his phone, and now maybe getting in the vehicle. We'll see here.
Well, what is crosswalking?
It looks like he's very, very agitated, in a rush to get away from that vehicle.
Wait, why?
Pickup truck. We'll see if he. Okay, yeah, he does not. He does. I was gonna say maybe he happens. Yeah, he's breaking into the pickup truck.
Wait, this is insane, bro. Wait a second, this is fucking crazy. These windows are pretty hard to break. You don't know how to do it.
Right, so he's getting back in that original car. Almost for a second looked like he was intentionally getting in that pickup truck as if he also had the keys, but obviously was trying to break in there.
It's a question mark. Like, it's a fact. It's true. Car windows like this are hard to break. You don't know how to do it. Literally, they are hard to break.
Is overhead here. They have eyes on it. They are probably streaming ABC7 as we speak.
Oh, now you have him. Oh yeah, you probably didn't. You couldn't break it.
Back onto Falmouth Avenue at a high rate of speed after failing to take over that pickup truck. Back in that original Honda Civic.
These are pretty good turns. They're gonna know how to drive.
Hide out.
Hey, yo!
This neighborhood, unclear whether he's going to get back on the freeway here, but he's almost doing a complete circle as he's basically come out the other side of this neighborhood. So heading northbound now on Catalpa Avenue into oncoming lanes of traffic. Some wild turns here. They have to get some ground units into this area because the driving, as I see it, is just way too dangerous to let this go on much further, nonetheless, in the middle of rush hour.
Yeah, but what are they gonna do? I mean, wait, it's not even a great take. I mean,
he's on the phone with Marty setting up the red garage.
You have to be careful, though.
Pagman.
Them pursuing it is a lot of times as not more dangerous than the car speeding itself. So they have to be careful. That's why there's laws sometimes in certain states and certain counties. They have a no chase policy in cities and shit and heavy dense areas.
It doesn't make sense that he would just dump the vehicle for no other reason except for maybe the possibility of the fact that it might be running out of gas. So if the gas
people they watch it for an hour, dude, I don't give up, dude. Listen, stop pressuring me or whatever. It's annoying, man. I'm just doing whatever, man. I'm enjoying it right now. I'm watching it. I don't have like a... Okay, hold on. We cannot watch it for too long. I have to get rid of this vehicle. Settle down, man. Chill out, man.
It looks like it's going to be North Schooner Lane as he runs through these townhomes.
Well, what are you looking for?
We'll try again. We'll try and get, if we widen out, we'll see. Okay. Let's stay on him. Stay on him right here. He's just running around this building here. Looks like he's coming up on another couple of cars parked here. Running around. Try Gooner lane. Try and get. If we widen now, we'll see. Okay. Let's stay on him. Stay on him right here. He's just running around this building here. Looks like he's coming up on another couple of cars parked here. A van and a small red compact car. Looks like he's trying to break in to the van. He finds an open door in that white van. And now you can see the black and whites pulling up right behind him. He's blocked in. He's inside the car, likely trying to hotwire at this point.
No way he can do that faster.
They have lit him up.
If this guy does this, he's like a fucking, like, dude. Top 1% criminal for sure.
Officers now with their guns drawn, squarely they have their eyes on him. They're just waiting for backup at this point, and obviously trying to bark some orders at him, hoping he gets out of the vehicle. Let's try and come around the other side if we can. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, we're actually on the north side of
Sanchez got towed.
So we actually are going to be forced to hold this position right here. Unfortunately, we can't see the driver's side of that white van. But again, if you're just tuning in, there is a pursuit driver that is just... Look at this! Look at this! Ramming into the front of that black and white. That is Fullerton Police. Fullerton Police now trying to block